all the other percentages.
Mr. Trump is shaking his head.
Oh,
Please.
I mean, it's ridiculous. First off, I want to tell you, we're losing all the time. I will not turn this flag right side up until the United States is winning, and that'll be when I become president. You know, I have to tell you, when we started, we had 17 candidates, and I have survived every rose ceremony. I've survived every rose ceremony, and I am sure when it comes to getting knocked off the island, I will survive. I promise you that.
I'm a big fan of The Bachelor and Survivor. Yeah, sorry, Senator, go ahead.
I think it's also not fair that 200% of everything goes to 1% of Mr. Trump sitting next to me, and that's what we're fighting against.
Okay, let me be for serious for a second.
Very sure.
Very serious.
I don't know who I'm talking to. Can we channel Jim and Tony? How did this? So you guys do? You're comedians. You've written for 30 Rock, Broad City. Like, these are shows. This is what you do for a living. How did the two of you come together and discover this? And how did you find two wigs to make this happen?
Okay, I will be serious. No, what I did is I had a big pile of clothes and costumes, and I just kind of dove into it like an Olympic diver.
And this is what you wound up with.
Yeah.
Bravo.
I mean, first of all, I was a silent writer on 30 Rock because I don't want Tina to think I was saying I wrote on the show. I started doing Trump as a lark. I did him at ASCAT, which is a show at the UCB, the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater, on Sunday nights. My friend Shannon O'Neill, who's the artistic director, said, "You do an incredible Trump." I can't even stop doing it.
You can't. I'm looking at both of the gesticulations.
So I started doing it.
Stop moving the hand to the paper.
Yeah. And I see it as an act of comedic activism. I want to point out, I want to take everything Trump said and bring it to its final point. So when he's talking about immigrants, I want to take it even further to show people what he's really
talking.
So
are you following all the twists and the turns of both of these campaigns to make sure what you're saying is totally on point, depending on, you have to follow it. Like Twitter.
Yeah, we watch you. I've been ahead of Trump by 2 months. I have a speech from my show on October 24th talking about coming in second in Iowa.
So what's next? What's happening in South Carolina, Senator?
Well, look, I think South Carolina's down there. It's right underneath North Carolina, and I think it's in the top 50% of Carolinas in the country.
It's not looking good for you, according to
polls. Look, I think if we can close it to within 10%, we're going to call it effective.
I would promise South Carolina is, first off, we're going to win. It's going to be incredible, but here's the thing. I want to purchase the Great Pacific Garbage Patch and make it the 51st state of the United States. I think it's a perfect staging ground for immigrants and people like that.
I'll get back to you, Jim and Tony. It's difficult for me to kind of go back and forth. How do crowds, as I'm like gesticulating like you're how do crowds react to you? Are they booing? Are they cheering? Does it depend on where you are, if you're in the city or in Vermont or in Florida?
Generally, they boo him and they cheer Bernie.
Sorry, Trump.
It's all right. By the end, they cheer me.
You win them over.
Because I start making, I make real points. I think Donald Trump would not be proud of my impression. Donald, if you're watching, I want to meet you. Please, let's talk in a mirror.
Bernie, look, let's get into some hard numbers. I want to sit down with you and go ahead and read the Trans-Pacific Partnership back and forth to each other. Will we go there?
That's right.
Final thoughts for the American people?
Yeah, TrumpVersusBernie.com. We have Twitter dates all over.
I was endorsed by a white supremacy group. I think that's all you need to know.
Jim Adobian, Tony Tamanik, Donald, Bernie.
Thank you.
Tremendous. You're a wonderful female. I gotta tell you that.
I
really
yield the balance of my time to you. Thank you for your talk.
If only people at home could see this. I have never seen such a massive crowd